Greetings, Bexley Middle School community. In order to set a positive tone for the second semester of our school year, we really wanted to highlight some of our PBIS expectations around being safe, respectful, and responsible.
So the first thing we want to talk about is being safe at school. We know that our hallways are crowded, that it's easy to be bumping into people and to just not be aware of everybody that's around. So we're going to have an emphasis on body awareness, making sure you know what your impact is on other people, especially in the hallways. You need to keep your hands and your feet to yourself and think through what the impact of your actions will have.
And also being respectful. So, many of us have experienced some of our peers, maybe sometimes we've engaged in behavior in the classroom, hallways, and at lunch that might not be perceived by others as being respectful or honoring how we may want to interact with each other as a community. So we really want to focus on using positive school appropriate language all over the building, not just when adults are around, but also with your peers and your friends. And then also thinking about the fact that we share resources. As Mr. Cottle was saying, we know that the spaces are crowded and sometimes we have limited facilities like our bathrooms, but many of us have been kind of overusing and sharing our single stall restrooms and then taking up space when others really need to utilize those resources. So part of being respectful is making sure that we are honoring that and sharing our resources with each other in a way that honors that limited time that we have together. And then also with our lunch lines, I know that you see us every day as we're monitoring folks going through the lunch line, but having integrity is making sure that even when we're not watching, that we're not cutting our peers in the lunch line, because it actually moves faster when we respect the fact that when you get into the lunch line, you follow those lunch line procedures and not cutting each other, even when we're trying to stand with our friends.
And responsible is a third part of our PBIS, safe, respectful, responsible. And an area that we really want to focus on this second semester is responsibility in your schoolwork, making sure that you're getting things done on time with quality, that you are submitting your own work and not violating the academic integrity policy. And one of the areas where we can improve is when students have absences. It's that student's responsibility to check in with the teacher, to check Canvas, to make sure that they've made up whatever work they've missed. While you were gone, you could be assured that school kept going on, that things kept happening, that learning was occurring. And so when you come back, you need to know that you will have some things that you need to make up, and your teachers are glad to help you through study hall, through office hours, but it is your responsibility to reach out and set that up.
And we know that, none of us is perfect, including me and Mr. Cottle. I know you think Mr. Cottle is super perfect, but we are not. And as we strive to meet these expectations, sometimes things happen and maybe we're uncomfortable and we don't really know who to reach out to or what avenues we have. And so in addition to coming to either one of us or one of your teachers, we also have a reporting system that you may or may not be aware of if you observe or experience some kind of concerning behavior. And so you can go to the Bexley website, and there's an online reporting tool where you can submit any concerns that you might have that, in addition to us, folks receive that are able to respond to your needs.
I think the last thing we wanted to talk about was an explanation of what progressive discipline means. I know it can be frustrating for you when you see peers disrupting class or making you feel unsafe or using language that's not appropriate, and you think that the adults don't do anything about it or whatever. And if we know about it, then what we do is we utilize a progressive discipline policy, which means that the first time we interact with a student about most offenses, it's a lower level consequence. That could include warnings, call home to parents, detentions, things like that. And then if that behavior continues over and over again, it escalates. And again, I know it can be frustrating for you as students to not know that a student who's been disrupting your learning is getting consequences. But for privacy rights, we can't talk about other students' discipline. So just know that whenever we know about issues, that's how we handle it. And that's where it's really important that you utilize reporting methods, whether it's online or by talking to one of us or an adult, so that we do know best what is going on. We really are looking forward to this second semester. We have some great things planned, and we're excited to wrap up what's been a really good school year so far. So hope you all have a great second semester, and go Lions.